Okay, so here come day 24 and day 25. The bet, I haven't got pasta, so I can't do that one. I believe there's an inspection today. The active menu has menu rot, so I'll go with the pasta because I don't do that very often. And chicken. And that will do for the menu. Nothing else I'm planning on buying at the moment. I had a look at the soup, which is a pain. Nachos, which I may actually get shortly. Baked potatoes a possibility, but probably for this day and possibly the next one it's going to be a relatively standard usual day of just get some more cash so I can decide what to do, and then maybe if I'm lucky get the steak. But it's a matter of, this is the unfortunate, well, it's not the unfortunate part of the game, but it's the less thrilling part of the game, where sometimes you just have to grind a couple of days to get some cash so you can move on to more interesting things. That, and of course, it's 20 days and 2 inspections before I can upgrade. The restaurant automatically upgrades to the next thing. And that was a surprise. I was looking down at the keyboard at the time when that thunder went off and surprised the living daylights out of me. Okay, well, it's nice and bluish outside. And I don't really have anything to moan about or complain about, or, well, I probably do, but nothing is immediately springing to mind. The inspection started and the rush hour. I'll get through the rush hour, and the only minor thing that's popped into my head I'll then probably start talking about, because, well, why the heck not? This isn't exactly thrilling to watch me do multiple, whatever the hell these things are called, lasagnas. I think I mentioned in the previous video that I was planning on doing a Shady O'Grady if I could find a Rising Star, if I could find a copy of it, which I haven't been able to do yet. At least not one I've tested that can actually still works. Although I'm sure there is one out there on one of my PCs somewhere. Just like some of my PCs are dead and I've never bothered fixing up. This one's dying, so next few weeks I plan on getting another one. Vanilla chocolate chip sprinkles, and of course naturally I'm slowly doing research on the internet, and much as I dislike Dells, so Alienware is actually looking possible for at least the laptop, if not the desktop, although when I spec'd out the desktop, so if the spec I wanted was the best part of £7,000, and I don't want to spend £7,000 on a PC, even if I had £7,000 which I considered spare, that's a lot of money for a PC. Sort of problem with, I used to buy HPs, but I'm going off HPs. I never liked Dells particularly, and they bought Alienware. The problem with the other gaming PCs is there are just so many conflicting reviews and comments about them that you're not sure. It seems to be more pot luck if you get a good one or a bad one. So I haven't decided on one of those yet. Whereas Alienware, the odds are you're going to get a good one. So they may not be top of the world, but odds are it's not going to fall apart in the first month, which you, according to sort of reviews and research of some of the others, you just don't know. So I've also got a friend that builds desktops, and I may talk to him about this stuff when we've both got an hour or two free, which is kind of hard to schedule because he's in Arkansas and I'm up near DC. That's assuming because he lives in the wonderful Walmart town of Bentonville. Assuming he's not arrested for that murder in the hot tub in Bentonville, which, because I'm assuming that Bentonville doesn't have that many people in it and everybody knows each other, that logically everybody in Bentonville must have been involved. Because that's the type of weird prejudice I have against towns named Bentonville, and so they have Walmarts in them, or the Walmart headquarters. Personally, I'm kind of glad Walmart exists, because having seen the people of Walmart site, I'm so glad that there's a place for those people to shop that's not the same as the places I go. I'm a snob that way, but dear God, the people of Walmart site makes you scared for the human race. If that's the type of people that are around on a daily basis, I'm so glad I don't know most of them, because they're scary. In fact, if you've never been to the People of Walmart site, I think it's peopleofwalmart.com, but just put in Google People of Walmart, and you'll see what I mean about as of how scary the people that shop at Walmart are. Yeah, so that wasn't what I was planning on mentioning before I started this topic or this conversation, but dear Lord, there are some things in this world that are just, no matter what you've seen and no matter where you've been in the world, you look at the People of Walmart site and you think, never in my life would I have expected to see that. I try and keep my trips to Walmart down to a couple a year, because it's beyond incredible. That, and because I've had to deal with Walmart people in the job I do, and they've annoyed me, so it's put me off Walmart as well. So there's a whole bunch of reasons why I'm not a fan of Walmart, but the People of Walmart site is one of the biggest reasons. Anyway, so if I started talking about PCs, somehow got to Bentonville murders, then Walmart and the People of Walmart. It's amazing how you can get 6 degrees of separation to get to something weird. Well, that was day 24. So, Nachos upgrade. New catering job. Okay. Perfect day, thank you. Inspection was passed. Yeah, so it's the 25th one. I'm sweating. Yeah, it's a G on the end of that. Sweating real bad. Dear God, grammar. Ah! I've tried calling multiple people, but no luck. That's 2 separate clauses in a sentence that make no sense together. Maybe ill? Yeah, so I'm sure that's meant to say I'll, but it just looks like 3 I's or 3 L's together. Just go down to the Cook Serve Delicious and get some ice cream if they have some. Have any. Yeah, there's some spam annoys. It's not the spam, because it can be quite amusing or quite frightening, but just the grammar. I've turned into a grammar Nazi. I used to hate them, but now I've turned into one, because it's just too frequent. One of my tasks is to review grammar of stuff we put out, so that's available for people who buy our products and support our products to actually read. And my colleagues send it to me to review. And some of them are recent college graduates, and they cannot string a sentence together in writing. It's bad enough getting to string a sentence together in talking, but in writing, these are college graduates with degrees in the last couple of years, and they cannot string a sentence together. That's scary to me. Anyway, I'll get off the grammar Nazi theme, because I could harp on about it for years. Oh good, drinks are plenty. So if they want beer and soda for this one. I have beer and soda, so theoretically I can do this, if I actually practically can do this, because as you've seen I'm not good with the soda option, But today was supposed to be Hawaiian Shirt Day, but no one participated. I think my employees are depressed. That's why I'm throwing a refreshment party. Just make sure you get at least 20 people's thirst quenched with no more than 3 bad orders, and I guess I'll pay us the steep $25 per person price. Just get them happy again. Okay, sounds like a guy you really want to work for. So I guess I'll pay your steep price. And so no one turned up on a Hawaiian Shirt Day and a Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, sounds like a fun place to work. I've worked at places like that. Yeah, so not recently, thankfully, but I have worked at places where, yeah, being depressed as an employee, it's, a nice little party is not going to change the way you feel. But in the case of this game, $25 a head, I'll give it a shot. $25 for a beer. Should come to the restaurant, it's a lot cheaper there. Oh crap. Well, I got that one wrong. Small cola with ice. Small tea with ice. Iced tea. One of the most disgusting things anybody has ever invented. I tried it just the once. I was actually... My sister got married to an American airman in Iowa a long time ago. And... No, I screwed that up, did I? Great. Small town in Iowa. And I went for a wander around it. Found this little cafe. And being young at the time with a British accent, they thought it was really intriguing. So they decided they should feed me an iced tea. And I'd never had iced tea before. And I never wanted to again afterwards. Because it's horrible. I cannot understand. Oh, okay, that's over. $650. Always nice. Yeah, that's of iced tea. Yeah. So, there you go. Wasn't even thinking of talking about iced tea, but that came up in the extra activity, so there you go. I've now got 2,745. So check the equipment. I might buy the stove shortly, but I could get the carry-out service, the ED certification, but neither of which are particularly thrilling. So we'll go to the view buy foods. 2,700. We'll buy a steak. $10 a pop. You can make that back after 220 of them. That's quite an expensive item to buy. What we got on the menu? Right, well, we'll leave the lasagna because I'm not a fan of it to start with, and we'll put the steak in there. And now it's been a while since I've done a steak, so we'll see how well I do on day 25 with a steak. Yeah. So before I got sidetracked, the thing I was thinking of was, yes, I mentioned was it Shady O'Grady's Rising Star, StarCraft, and thinking what was it? Orcs Must Die 2. I was going to do videos on those. However, the dumbass recording software I'm trying to use doesn't seem to recognise Orcs Must Die 2 or StarCraft when I play them, so it can't record them. So either I've got to get better recording software, or I've got to figure something out. And I'll pause there while I do steak. Right, steak, you season it 3 times. In this case, add a juice, because that's what this one wants, and then cook it. This one is same as the other one, seasoned 3 times, and a juice. What's this one? Oh, still seasoned 3 times and a juice. Maybe they're all like this until you upgrade it. It cooks quite slowly, as you can see, but it's, I say, $10 a pop. I'm willing to sell something at $10 a pop. wish I was getting 25 bucks for these beers like I did in the extra event. Ah, here's different ones. Seasoned once, twice juicy, and 1 serving of citrus. So at least there is some variety, even at the basic level of the steak. It seems most are 3s and 3 times then juice. But either way, it's relatively simple to do. It's just, like doing any of them. You just have to remember the keys, and I'm kind of slow with steak at the moment because it's been a while since I've done steak. And 1, 2, 3, juice, off we go. 3, we'll do the dishes before we do number 4. Number 4, not number 5. 1, 2, 3, J, 2, 3. Rush hour should now be over, so it'd be nice if this would slow down so I could get back to whatever it was I was chuntering on about. Right, that was a chuntering on about. I was going to do shadio grading, recording software not working, etc. So, yeah, so it made me think of other games I liked, and I thought of Battle Brothers. Then I remembered, I like Battle Brothers, even though it hasn't been fully released yet. It's still in early access on Steam, and has been for a couple of years. But it's not one of those early access games which, was crap and they pretty much abandoned it. This is one they're actively developing and doing a real wonderful job of listening to feedback and improving the game, changing the balance of the game, adding more events, making it more immersive. But I don't think I'll ever do a video of it, because I learnt about the game from a YouTube channel, a guy named Bumpy McSquiggums, who I enjoy watching his videos and following him. Then if you look at the list of people I subscribe, assuming it's visible on YouTube, I assume it is, because it is on most of them, he's one of the people that I subscribe to. And he did about 7 series of playing that game as through the development from the very early times, as they kept improving it. Whilst he hasn't done one recently, with the recent improvements, and I have played it since his last video, and it's still improved beyond what his last one was. I don't think I could emulate anything as well as he did it. He did a wonderful job of explaining it, covering things that were wrong with it, where he wanted improvements, and the developers listened to him. So, even though I really like the game, I would just recommend that you go watch the Let's Play of Battle Brothers on his channel, rather than anything I could do which would emulate it. Which led me to think of, okay, there's other people I follow, one of which is a guy named Nerdcube, who can be hilarious. And Enter Elysium, I think, or EE as he's frequently known, is another one that's, I watched him, and based on the game, some of the games he showed, they're the reason I bought some of the games. There's a lot of the games that, as with a lot of people, that, the YouTube videos that you watch, you look at and think, yeah, okay, not interested. Interesting to watch somebody else play it for a little while, but yeah, I would never play it. And pretty much there's a ton I've watched like that. So one of the reasons I like Nerdcubed is he frequently covers bad games and tells you they're bad, and why they're bad, and he has a really fun way of insulting the game that is wasting his time while he's playing it. But thanks to him, I've avoided some games because I've seen him play them. So any bit that's listening to this, I'm watching this, obviously already looks at games on YouTube and looks at videos of them, which something a lot of my friends don't actually bother doing. So if they still look at a review or a screenshot and go, yeah, I'll buy that, or I won't buy it, and I keep telling them, go to YouTube, do a search, find someone that's played it, So watch them, how they sort of played it, what they thought of it, and then make a decision. One season, twice juicy, and one serving of citrus. And still, people don't always do that. But anyway, so Battle Brothers, one of my favourite games. Sort of, and sort of Bumpy McSwiggins was the guy I followed. I'm sure there were others, but he did it really well. And I recommend checking out his channel if you sort of like games. Sort of Battle Brothers, XCOM, Xenobots. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff he does and a whole variety of subjects, but most of it isn't sort of is not fast action games. It's games you think about, and it's worth checking out. And that was day 25, which means it's lasagna upgrade. Another one is available. Crazy Dave's bet 4. Fries, fried chicken. Okay, so I've got to go buy fried chicken to do that bet and get a 20 combo. Perfect day, thank you. Menu what is occurring, thank you. I'll be sitting in the booth at the Oregon with the Oregon Whale t-shirt. Let's do some corn dog shots. See you at Cook Eat Delicious. Okay, it's called Cook Serve Delicious, but you go where you want to. Can't remember if I went to the Cook Serve Delicious restaurant today or not. So I'm going back if anyone wants to join me. Okay, your memory's worse than mine. Right. So I wanted to buy that so I could do the bet. And I know that food, and so you'll get to see that on day 26. Let's just set up the active menu. Okay, don't need that because it's rotting. I needed that. I think I needed fries, and I forgot what the other one was. Crazy Day bet 4. Fries, fried chicken. Okay, I can put them on the menu too. Fries, fried chicken, and the Mexican snack. Fries, fried chicken. Alright, the steak can come off for the day. It's going to be a fry-up day. Right. So that's all set up. What's the random bet? Yep. Don't have 2 of the 3 of those, so couldn't do that one as well. Got no money left. And I've just having a moment when my brain stopped working. Day 24, that was day 25, so the next one's day 26, so yes, I stop at this point. Okay, well, maybe I'll see you next time, maybe I won't, but whatever you do in your life, have fun with it. See ya.